Heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you?
Hey, welcome to Crafty Music Tips. I'm here hanging out with Darren from Sing It Live, and we're going through the Sing It Christmas album, which, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, it's fantastic. And we're actually up to song 11 in this Behind the Sound series.
It's been so much work. Are you tired?
What were you saying? I had a mic right now. Yeah.
All of that time to track them too. I think we did them all in like 2 weeks. You know,
yeah.
Just dressed up the room and banged them out in between our normal schedule. So. And
then you finish and you're like, oh, I gotta pack it down now.
Now I've got to mix them and release them and do all them,
and all that, minor details. But yeah, so we're going to talk about song 11, which is Hallelujah, which I didn't know was a Christmas song.
Well, Christmas is all about Jesus and, you know, to some Santa Claus as well. And so I figured, look, we wanted to put in 2 tracks that were going to be sitting on the fringes of Christmas that would still have the spiritual meaning and stuff. So we did the prayer. It was actually suggested that a lot of people love the song, and at first we didn't know who was going to sing it, and then Sky put up her hand and goes, ooh, me, I love, that's right, one of my favourite songs, goes down great at all of my gigs. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say no to Sky singing, right? She's absolutely fantastic.
Who do we have here for the people?
We have Sky and Ziva. This is the gorgeous Ziva, the love of my life. I mean, sorry, Damien, the second love of my life.
So the song we're going to talk about is Hallelujah, which Darren was saying is one of your showstoppers, yeah?
Well, it is, and it's also my mum's favourite song. So when Darren said that he was thinking about doing that song, I'm like, dude, you got to let me do it because my mum will go ape shit.
Yeah, right. So you're pretty pumped to be able to...
I can't wait for it to come out. I'm really excited about this one, and I think I've seen the video once, and I was like, cool. So it's going to be a good one.
Excellent.
I'm pretty excited about it, and it's a song that you can really get inside. I mean, it's not a Christmas song as such. Actually, it's not a Christmas song at all, but it's just a great song to get inside and sing. It's got a great story about it, and you can do so much with the melody with songs like Leonard Cohen songs and you know, Bob Dylan songs and things. They're melodies that you can work through, and you know, because they're not singers as such, they're songwriters, so you can find great places to go with the melodies and get very expressive, and that's what I sort of find, especially in that song that I do.
And so the preparation for it, I guess, was, 15 years of gigging it, or? 15
years of gigging it and working out which out of the 8 verses that we're going to narrow it down to. I guess so. Having done it, I've sort of mastered the way that I like to sing. I like to sing it, yeah. I mean, there's been so many great versions. Katie Lang's version of it, and there's heaps of them. I think, you know, of course, Jeff Buckley's version, and then probably the 2 favourites. But it's been done by many people that have killed it.
Yeah.
And done beautiful.
And on the day, any challenges at all in the actual studio process?
Not with that song, really. No, that went sort of just nice and clean and straight through. We I don't think there was anything really that we had any issues with. Just arrangement wise, it was just whether we want to have a solo or not, whether it needed anything extra in it, whether we hit it up more with the acoustic sort of vibe of things, and it didn't really need too much help. It's a song that just sort of, it directs you.
Yeah. That's a nice thing to say, isn't it? Because it doesn't always happen that way.
Oh, no, it doesn't always happen, and some people are going, I want to do this with it, why don't we do that? No, let's do that. And then musos get in the way of a good song.
Damn those musos. So, Christmas plans?
Work.
Gigs,
bunch of gigs, and then Christmas Day, we actually have off, which is cool. And going to do my family and Damien's family, and then survive Christmas dinner hangover. And
Boxing Day gigs.
No, we've got Boxing Day off this year, which is actually really cool because it's going to be stinking hot. I think we've got 36 and 38 for those of you in America. That's
it's like over 100.
Over 100 and 100 and something. It's going to be a real stinker. So I think Damien and I are going to be spending it out in the tub, and Ziva as well, because she likes sitting in the spa. So yeah, I think we'll just be hanging out in the back deck and
nice.
Yep.
One more question: if you're doing heaps of gigs around Christmas time, do you guys do any Christmas songs or a bunch, or is it a nice thing for other patrons that are listening to you, knowing that it'll be escape from what's going on at the shopping centres?
Shopping centre. Yeah. Oh, well, see, that's what I would think, and I hate to say it, but I'm scared of Santa Claus, so the other day, we had a whole issue with that. We were sitting down and I heard this bell ringing, and I'm like, he's walking around, and I said to him, Santa's not allowed to walk around the mall. He's got to be staying in. No, there's his chair. And then I was freaking out. Anyway, that's my own issue. But yeah, we got asked to do Christmas carols for our gig tomorrow, and he said, "Oh, can you do as many as possible?" And told us earlier this week, and I said, "Sure." And I mentioned it to the boys in the band, and they all went, "Oh, really? Okay, yeah." I'm like, yeah, let's just do them. So we're probably going to Christmas carol it up on Christmas Eve, so we can do that.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, the shops are slamming us with them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they started putting the Christmas decorations up in October? Easter will come up next. We'll be seeing Easter Bunny stuff very soon.
Barefoot King composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
It starts off with acoustic guitar, Stuart Day on acoustic.
He's got capo on the 3rd fret, and he's doing it in the key of, it's A, isn't it?
Hit the piano, fix it up.
No.
F.
I don't know, so the key.
F.
Oh, so is he near a different tuning?
Heard there was a
Might be in a different
secret
tuning.
chord.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
3rd fret in the key of F.
So that would be a D shape. Oh, I know what. He would have drop D.
Yes.
That's what we do.
Yes. That's pretty clever, isn't it? There you go. That's how you do it, boys. Drop D. 3rd fret, capo. He's all exposed here. First shot's on him. Don't go pling, don't muffle a note. And it's not perfect, but it's so close, and it's just so honest, and what a great, And keeping the tempo and not speeding it up, because it starts with just her and him, right?
Heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor falls and a major lift. The barefoot king composing hallelujah.
It's pretty good. I think the reverb also is very suitable, finding that right space. And we were talking and joking about one of my favourite Logic reverbs, and it was a prison main floor, and I always said it was the most loneliest sounding, feeling reverb.
So where do you get that in Logic?
That is under your reverbs.
You go to Reverb and then to which
Space
one?
Designer?
Oh, Space Designer, yeah. Space Designer's great.
It is
It's almost too
it's
great. Like, I
fabulous.
find that it's like me with my L plates trying to drive a Porsche. I'm
Yes.
like,
So I'm just looking for it here. I think it's in your large spaces, halls, prison main floor.
Oh, yeah, right. 4.7.
That's quite long, right? Very long.
But you can then adjust it, of course.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
That's just the reverb, so you can. Reverbs are they're just such a lovely thing. I think that they're part of the whole mix because people, even though these are in stereo, people really feel where the music is and where they place themselves in their mind, you know, inside the song. If you create the right space, I think it includes the listener a little bit more. Even on your mobile phone, you can hear reverb and be in a little space, even though it's on your phone cranking out. So the correct reverb choice is really, you know, it's a trick. And you can, if you're getting it right, I think you're getting more people engaged. We are here to make sure people play the song and stay with us and not get on and scroll to the next. So, you know, guilty as charged, trying to keep you, you know, here. So, of course, I want to cut to the chase and get in. I don't like to do songs with a 1.5-minute intro. I don't. And this one has a long intro, but it has Sky. And you know it's coming, and a lot of people are going to give her that chance too, right? And she definitely pays off. But the reverb and putting you in with her in the right spot is really important. So
that's a good intention, though, to want to keep people's attention in this type of scenario. It's so that they get the enjoyment of the music, you know. So that's not malicious. But interestingly that you are talking about reverb, in my mind I was just visualizing historically, like, where does it come from? I guess it comes from being in a large space where you've got the sound bouncing off the walls in either a cathedral or a hall, or, you know,
and they are only echoes. So reverb is just
thousands
millions
of them.
of echoes, and so it's, you know, I suppose a reverb these days in the plugins and stuff that we use, that you can measure a room. If you put a microphone in each corner and, you know, and a sound source in the middle, or hit a drum, bang something with a nice transient, and you recorded that, you could create a file that you could just input into one of these plugins. Yeah, right. And it would emulate the room. So it used to be an IR.
So Prison Floor must have been cell block 31 or something?
I'm not sure. The reverbs also have a colour and a tone, so if you're in a wooden room, it sounds different to a concrete room and spaces like that. So just like compressors, everything that we add here has, rather than just have an EQ with bass and treble and stuff and compressors, we have different models that are emulating old gear, and everything had its own tone and sound. So with every plugin these days, everyone does add a different tone. If you add a bunch of different things, you're already fixing up or changing the original sound anyway. So, you know.
Speaking of that, you've got a bunch of people here that we haven't heard yet. What are they adding?
Mainly unimportant people, like, you know, like Cam. I mean, what's he do anyway, really? I mean, has he really worked hard on this Christmas album at all?
You barely see him.
Hardly at all.
Slacker.
Cam is playing his louder guitar, I think that's his louder.
Is it? Oh, I'll make Chris. Shout out to Chris from Louder Guitars.
Fantastic.
From one of the greatest bands ever called Roger the Band.
Roger the Band?
Yeah.
It's like free beer, isn't it? Free beer and then Roger the Band. So this is an amp, because I can hear a bit of... And it is very just tender stuff. So when you... He's come in with the drums on in yet. Keyboards jump in first.
I see, yeah.
That's my Roland.
Yeah.
Roland's always made beautiful piano sounds. I've never really talked about the piano sound of my Roland before, but it's beautiful. I've had Korgs for many years, and I've had Rolands as well, but wow Rollins have always nailed piano, really. And it's just, there are so many in there, but listen, you know, that's just beautiful. It's for a keyboard.
And so it's a strategic introducing of instruments.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the bass isn't in yet either. So this is second verse. Bass comes in. We do a third verse, and then it builds to the fourth and final out. And I think you said it had 5 verses, so that's still quite.
Yeah.
You know, we just took the one about, you know, Bunny and Wilma and stuff out, right? I know I'm joking, but this song is probably one of the best written songs, right? We've played it before, and you've thinking, oh, I wish I'd come up with that.
Yeah.
Just the way it talks so casually, and you don't really care for music, do you? You know, it goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the way the minor, it's actually going up, but the way it feels to fall, and the major lift, which you're going down to, it's just brilliant the way that, this is just the way it feels. You don't have to know the technicalities, but, you know, and yeah, so a very, very well written song, which is half the battle. Having a great song and a great band. Young Michael gets to hit a couple of toms, as you can see up here.
Oh yeah, nice.
I've done the same trick where I've just taken everything out because there's just such
There'd be a lot of spiel.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no click track here too, and I'd say Damien's probably doing the calling on stops and stuff here. So when we're stopping.
Oh yeah, that bass neck was rising.
Hallelujah.
Really, by the time we'd gone through it a couple of times, and you can hear how the gaps in our playing and who's where in the bar, and how it just seems to all fall together and we're not playing all on top of each other. I think there is some luck in that, but you play it a couple of times and you get to just stay in your lane, I suppose, and other guys play, you know, you let Cam fill in the last fills. From the way it go crazy on a big snare that sounded like, you know, massive
Wembley.
Yeah, the gods were hitting something, but the pressure was already there in the vocals.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the drums sounded nice and clean, and they were just there. And I think in the end, this was very, very easy to mix. It doesn't have anything really that complicated in it. Bass is pretty clean. Clean guitar, there's not lots of elements, yeah?
What a pleasure to be able to say that you got a song that sounds this good and you go, yeah, it was easy.
It was really easy, of course. Look, but it's the more moving parts too. Like there's only one singer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's
and
true.
when you have other singers, you know, we talked about my mixes before, and you have lots of bleed.
Yeah.
This guy's closest to the drums, this one's, you know, and so this guy's got an amp and everything's bleeding, and here's the drums, and so...
Because then you start to have more phase issues potentially, don't you?
And sort of, you know, there's a lot of drums inside all the mics.
Yeah.
And so by turning up singers, you're turning up whatever it is.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden your snare sounds boxy and that, because all of up inside the microphone. You know?
Yeah.
But no, it's very, very easy to mix. It's uncomplicated. It sounds like it is complicated because it's got so many beautiful little living, breathing parts in it. This is Christmas Eve, and I think that it's the ultimate for me, people to really sort of sit back and relax and sort of feel Christmas kick in, right? Because we've got this great big mad track, as our last track. We've got all of the most craziest musicians in it and everything, singers, the whole lot. We just got everyone with a screw. Oh, you're in that one too, aren't you?
Oh.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this song. I'm feeling like that now we're ready to check out the last song. So thanks, Darren, for going through this. And
No worries.
And well done to everyone, Sky, Stuart, Cam,
And
Dano
Leonard Cohen.
and Michael. And thank you, Leonard, for writing such a great song. So we've got one more song to go.
Being nice. Be nice, all right? You just need to just be nice. Be nice. Be nice.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. She says Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas. Bye.